Welcome to College Dropouts, everyone.
Got my juice box here.
Our brand new, fresh, out of the egg podcast.
With your hosts, Julian De La Rosa and Ethan Van Dyke.
And Ethan Van Dyke here.
Ethan Van Dyke.
Well, guys, let's jump into it.
Let's jump right in.
We got a notebook here. Probably shouldn't show that. Got a notebook here. Welcome to College Dropouts. Today we're going to be telling you a little bit about the college experience.
Yeah, the slang is good.
Thanks for tuning in with us. Hope you like the intro. We just made it.
Just made it. First time ever.
So, Ethan, tell me, how is the college experience treating you for the first couple days? I know you went to one class already. Tell us about
this. Isn't like you're not like the interview person. We're telling them.
You're asking me questions too.
We're not asking each other questions. We're just telling them.
Them.
We're just talking like what we were talking like when we were walking.
So on our special guest.
We're talking like how when we were talking when we were walking. Walk the talk to talk the walk.
Guys, we're going to try to keep this under 15 minutes, but you know, Ethan, getting into college, it's not really what I expected because we've already
talk to me like you normally talk to me.
That's what I'm literally talking
to you. No, you're not. You know what, Ethan? Okay, guys. So we had our first week of college. We're telling them a story. We had our first week of college, and first week was alright. It was pretty fun moving in. What did you say?
It was fun moving in.
And so we moved in. We were excited to put up all the decorations in our dorm room, do everything that the normal college student would do. So it was fun for the first 4 days, because we didn't have to go to school yet, and Julian still hasn't had to go to school yet. Would you like to explain why?
Yeah. So basically, I don't have school until 2 days from now because they dropped one of my classes. But, you know, I'm not too excited to go to school because it's like we already went through 4 years of high school.
We went through 12 years of school.
Why would you want to do 4 more?
Facts.
Everyone can agree with me on there that they probably don't like school, you know?
Facts. So, Wayne walked me in my class like a daddy he is. And I went to my first class, and I was kind of excited, got the little jitters, like, ooh, first day of school. But I was expecting it to be like...
There was a couple 10s there. There's 2 10s.
Well, and Natalie, if you're out there, they were just attractive human beings.
She accepts the fact that...
Well, I know, I'm just saying, like...
Ethan's a cuffed boy right now. No. Hopefully, this is his wife, you know? Well, you're a cuffed boy.
Anywho,
I'm single, so all the ladies out there, you know.
Facts. Go hit my boy. Or let him hit you. Anywho, so I went to the class. You know, every school, there's got those weird kids in the class, and then you got the normal people in the class. Went to my class, sat down.
The groups.
And it's a normal, small little classroom, and I was like, what the fuck? This is stupid. So I sat down, this dude's talking, and it's literally just like a normal high school class, just like how the past 4 years of my life was, like what everybody does, and it's boring as balls. And
I can imagine it's boring.
Even though it was the first day and nobody's talking, still, even if we're all friends, it's still boring. In college, I assume, not that I've ever learned anything yet, but I assume that you gotta kind of be more serious about the schoolwork. Like my whole high school career, I just messed around and never really did anything. Like I barely graduated, and I don't know how I'm here, honestly. And so it just going to that class for the first day and realizing that it's boring and it's just like what I despise and hate makes me want to get the fuck out of here.
Facts. So we're not saying that we're not telling people to drop out of college.
We're telling people to follow your heart and never miss an opportunity.
Facts.
Big risk, big reward. But you got to be smart about it. You can't just be dumb and just drop out right away. Drop out now with this idea. You have to commit to it because we got a bunch of ideas. We got to commit to it, make it happen, and then drop out. We're obviously not going to drop out right now. We're dropping out after in the next semester.
And that's why we started this podcast, because there's probably a couple individuals out there that probably think like us too, and we're out here to share, you know, what's going on through our heads and what we're thinking and what we're planning on doing in the future. and some of the projects that we're working on right now, and how exactly, if you were thinking the same thing, what route to take to follow your dreams.
Facts. Like after that, we came back and I was like, wait, I'm trying to get out of here. I don't want to be here. And so we came back to the dorm room and.
Well, we were actually walking on campus.
No, we were on the bus.
We were both really bored.
No, we weren't on the.
And we were like, this isn't for us. You know that feeling when you eat something and you don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just like, this isn't for me. And clearly we're smart men. We can obviously finish college if we wanted to, but we're out here thinking above and beyond from everybody else, and we're just trying to live free.
We're not trying to live normal lifestyles like everybody else lives, because that's how people get depressed, and that's how people fall into midlife crises, even though technically that's not a thing according to psychology. But then they're not happy. And we want to be happy. We want to have a jump start. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're so young. Why are you trying to do all these things like what we do, going to like Florida, traveling by ourselves?"
And that's the thing. People say you're so young. Why are you trying to do it right now? But it's because we've already seen that lifestyle already. We've seen it and we want it. Yep. And what do you want it? When you want something, you got to go for it and you got to get it.
Facts.
Should
we tell them about how the meeting went, and then how he said that usually people aren't ready to get into this lifestyle?
Yeah, true. So we'll jump you on some of our projects that we're working on right now. So as you can see, we got two handsome individuals here. Not trying to brag, but being cocky is a good personality to have.
Well, it's not cocky, it's having confidence.
True. If you have confidence, you can get into a lot of places.
Walking with confidence gets you everywhere,
anywhere.
Confidence is a key to life.
Facts. So, should we tell them how we got spoofed first?
Yeah, we'll tell them because then that's
facts.
You get knocked down and get right back up. It motivates you more.
We had some downfalls. We had some up. Exactly. So basically, Ethan and I are chilling in our room. Or were we in our room?
I don't know where you.
We thought about the modeling thing.
You just said we were on campus.
Oh, we were on campus. We were on campus, and we were like, Ethan, we got to keep thinking about.
I said it actually.
We got to keep thinking about different ways to get out of the mud, to get out of the trenches, And Ethan was like, why don't we just do modeling? And he's just kind of set it out there, just threw it out there. But I was like, hold up. My father, shout out to Pedro out there. My father was like, my whole life he's been telling me, you gotta use your youthfulness. You gotta use your looks for your advantage.
That's what my parents have been telling me.
Yeah, and so I was like, that's a beautiful idea. We're in the city now. We finally kind of moved away from like a small little town, and we were thinking this is a perfect idea. So we go look up a couple modeling agencies near us. There's like 15 of them. So we go one. There's like 10, but we search up one called Yash Models. Hey, yo, don't ever go to Yash Models, guys, because we go there. We take the city bus, which is like kind of a little depressing.
Yeah, that's how we know we're trying to make it out. We don't want to be riding the city bus. We don't be pulling up in the Rolls Royce.
Exactly. So we pull up to the place, the Yash Models. We walk in, and there's a guy sitting there in a nice suit. His name's Aaron. I meet him. We're like, hey, yo, I'm just here to learn a little bit about the agency. How's it going? And he goes, there is no agency here. This is a steakhouse, sir. And then we're like, what? Hold up. This is a steakhouse. So we ask him if he's ever heard of it. And he's like, no. We got a bunch of businesses in this huge building because it looked elegant. It looked good.
It was pretty elegant.
But he was like, no, we don't got anything here like that. You got spoofed. And we're like, we got spoofed. So then we're feeling a little depressed.
We got knocked down. And before this, our TikTok page got deleted. We got banned on it because of those posters back there. Fuck TikTok. Stupid.
Facts.
So it was like, we're 2 down in the hole right now. Like, we can't get out.
The only way to go is up.
Well, you could go down if you dug a little bit, but we're not gonna. We forgot our shovels back at the crib, so we're not going down.
So
anymore.
We're only going up.
All we brought is our ladder.
Sticks.
Huh?
We built our ladder because we built our way up. True. So we called up the next agency that we were gonna go to, and this one's called LA Tell models. We're like, okay, this one looks pretty cool.
Well,
pretty cool.
first one shows me the
building.
website about Yash, and I was like, wait, obviously that's not a real modeling agency. It was like 4 pixel pictures of like Indian people.
I don't know. I had my hopes
like
up.
Indians, not like Native Americans, like the India people.
Yeah, like people
with the dots
foreigners.
on their forehead. It's not racist.
No.
I know. I'm just saying, like those, because you know how they're scammers. Not them, but like
Right.
usually they fall into that stereotype.
So I give him a call.
Usually
I
they fall
give the
into that
agency a call. I give the agency a call, and he goes, "Hey, this is Tom."
And he's from Louisiana. He has like the dopest accent ever.
Coolest guy
He's like
ever.
Asian, black, and like he's like a bunch of different races.
He's
so
a big
like
mix.
the dopest dude.
Yeah, because over the phone call, he sounds Asian, but once you meet him, you realize he's African American, which makes it so cool.
No, he is Asian too.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
Malaysian, dude.
Just a mix. You know, it's a cool pool.
And he's indigenous too.
Yeah. So basically, I'm on the phone here. You know, I'm like talking to him. How's your day going? Creating a little bit of rapport. You know, asking him questions. He's asking me questions. Telling him how old we are. How we don't really know anything about the business. And he's like, you know what? Come on in for a meeting. Or actually, no. At first, he said, send us some headshots. And we're like, we don't have headshots. And he's like,
Yeah, we want to
okay.
meet this guy in person. We want to face to face interaction is better than just over the phone because you can't see what we're looking like. You can't see your facial expressions. It's all about first impressions, and we want to talk to this guy instead of sending him a picture of us to see it, then to judge off of a picture.
True. And he was like, you know, send some more headshots. But I was like, no, let's set up a meeting. We set up a meeting for that following weekend.
Yep.
So Ethan's lovely girlfriend drives us that one day, Saturday, which is like 3 days ago.
Yep.
Drives us to the place. We're having a tough time finding the building, but eventually we find it. It's an uprising. Meeting goes great. We don't have to go too in depth in the meeting, but
No,
anyways, we become LA telemodels. We're taking our headshots very soon. So,
well, let's tell him about how let's tell him some of the wise words he told us.
okay,
Like
let's
how-
tell them those little.
Like
Those little
money
pieces,
doesn't make us. We make money.
Yep.
Facts.
He was saying also. He also agreed on you shouldn't work with people that don't like you, and big risk equals big rewards.
He was a very intelligent guy, and he's been through a lot. Like he's had a lot of experiences. That's why kind of experiences is like what gets you success. What gets you things in life. Like us going out and
We could understand him.
yeah, we could relate to him. Like us going out to Florida and with our 4 friends,
Right.
randomly just going to Nashville and just going to Chicago just randomly sometimes. Life is about connections and experiences, and doing all that stuff already puts us.
Scares people.
Yeah,
away.
it scares people.
Scares
And
people
it
away.
puts us, because when people back out, then we jump forwards. So it puts us ahead. And he said to us, he's like, so yeah, the people really can't handle this lifestyle of going to New York, Miami, LA, every weekend, and they can't handle the big cities, because he said he's had a lot of times where people have done this and they've backed out and gotten scared because they because of the big cities and stuff like that. And I said to him, I was like, oh, we've already we've been doing that for 3 years now.
True.
So we're ready for that. We can handle that. And he's like, oh, that's perfect. That actually puts you guys ahead. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great meeting. I mean, it was very successful. Successful.
So basically what we're saying is, if you guys want to accomplish things, don't think about it, and you've got to have big dreams, and you got to
big dreams.
You got to have big dreams, but you got to have realistic dreams. You can't just dream the dreams. You have to make the dreams happen. So you have to have the personality of a doer, not a thinker, a doer. Because thinking,
you gotta think about it to do it.
No, but it's people that overthink things. Yeah,
Oh.
Thinking is good. You should think about something you're doing, but you shouldn't overthink it. Just do it.
You know what? That's good. I can agree with that last part right there. You just got to do it.
So.
You just got to do it. That's just something we're working on right now. We got a bunch of other things. First of all, we want to make music too, but it's kind of rough here and there. We're just doing it because we want to do it to help
We're just
ourselves.
trying out a bunch of different things because why not have 15 things you're doing? If you do 15 things and only 6 of them work out, that's still more than just trying 2 and having both those work out.
Thanks. 100%. A little bit more about the college lifestyle right now. Okay, frat parties, they kind of suck, all right? Everything they tell you about the college parties,
Let me show
unless
something
it's
real
like
quick.
a crazy party
Real
school.
quick.
I mean, we have like parties at our school and it's known for parties.
Yeah, we
but
went to this one party.
Those are not parties, okay? Those are not the parties you want to be at, let's say
We'll
that.
show you what the parties you want to be at are.
The parties you want to be at are the parties where people are living financially free.
These are the parties you want to be at.
And those are
See
the
that right
parties...
there?
Those are the parties you
want
want
to be at those parties.
You don't want to be drinking like crazy at these parties.
You
don't want people doing drugs at these parties.
If you need alcohol and or drugs to have fun, you have a boring ass personality and you should just not be at the party.
Exactly. So, you know what? Drinking.
It's cool.
Go for it. I respect you if you do your drugs, do it. But if I feel
If that's
like
the
if
only
you
reason
you have to do it to have fun, you shouldn't
do
be
it
doing
if you want. Like, I'm not here to judge. Live your life. But if you're no fun without that, like if we hang out with you at a party and you're drunk and you're super fun and we're all having a good time,
and then the next day we realize that they just
then we're hanging out with you next in your dorm room and you're sitting there on your phone the whole time being boring. No.
Exactly. Facts. So, guys, it's not so much the hype, the parties. Don't do it just for the parties, you know. Also, the girls that you're gonna meet at the frat parties,
and not that Milwaukee's like
are not good.
Not like Milwaukee's like the craziest party school, but like Milwaukee is decent. Like there's parties here. Like obviously some of the bigger colleges have way bigger parties, but every single college is gonna have the exact same parties, the same house parties, the same frat parties, the same thing.
Yeah, would you rather be on top of a hotel with a pool and the actually sophisticated people that actually have
made
assets?
It in life and you can actually discuss about something cool instead of just talking about how you're fucking gonna snort this line of blow?
Exactly. Or talking about, you know, what the latest person has just accomplished or who the last person dated, the last celebrity dated. You don't want to be talking about dumb stuff, and you don't want to just be meeting dumb people. You want to be meeting people that you can relate to. And the people that can help you around, you know, because it's all about helping others.
What did Tom say? He said, don't work with dumb people.
Don't work with dumb people.
Don't hang out with dumb people.
Exactly. You don't want to put yourself in that mindset.
Because you hang out with dumb... You turn into the people you hang out with. You turn into your friends. You turn into the people you're around.
Exactly. 100%. And it's all about helping each other out. You know, if you have connections here, they can help you out. We just met a guy downstairs that gave us a little bit of help on the app using to start this podcast. You know, he was helping us and we helped him by, we're going to listen to his podcast later probably and take a little bit of notes or something. But we're trying to keep this podcast under 20 minutes. It's getting to around 19 minutes.
I think this was a good introduction on our college life.
Good introduction.
We'll probably be back tomorrow or the next day or something.
Talking about different topics. We'll try to have special guests here.
Yeah. So... All right.
We'll be back.
All right, college dropouts.
Thanks for the 2 views.
All right. That was actually pretty good.
That was. We talked about the intro. That's the intro. Yeah. That's a good intro. Like, intro video.
Did this stop? Hello? Hello?